Cailleach, Siad Cogar.
Dan nafs blach I Alice Kyteler. Vi argede ke, vi as muinte fenike.
It was strange to Kilkenny, it was strange to Ireland, and it was an isolated incident in Irish history.
Lushbeg in a bahi, tinne vor a rish I Lauren Sride Ard, agus ishe Wilton Uasser.
Dúrach go raibh an fear mór dorcha seo ag teach go dtí tig Alice is títhe. Táid in ásaí an seo I deach Alice Kyteler, agus ben anna at an bhean céanna. Na drárádaí atá ag buint lena a henim deirtar aréanos gur thosaigh siad lábhealtaine, madin lábhealtaine sa bhliain 1324. Mar an madin sin cósan béal doris ag Alice. A bhí sé ina chónaí an taobh eile den sráid chearán amachchan sin, agus rih brechan le do thuaisigh sé, agus do chuala sé an agus déag sé amach an finiog, agus cad a chonig sé an sráid ná a chósan Alice, agus a scúb ina lábhaice, agus I ag scúba smút na sráide I dro a ghoras féin. Chúla sé méad a bhíráice. Dogoras William Mavach, Sivris Galéir an baile seo, Dogoras William Mavach, Sivris Galéir an baile seo, agus ag scúba smút na sráide istíg ina teach féin.
Alice Kyteler was a woman who lived in Kilkenny in the early part of the 14th century. She was the daughter of a merchant.
Go tradiisiúnta saolaíotar Alice agus a clán I Kytelers in. Ag daoine ag smaoineamh go raibh Alice ina gcónaí I teach mór cloch I lár an Hightown, agus mar sin is áit cónathe sacréite é Kytelers in.
She married her first husband, William Outlaw, and they were a prosperous and wealthy Kilkenny family as well.
Fós sí fear a bhí sever agus flúirseach, mar sin bhí saol bog ag Alice.
Daoine sibbre I gcónaí póstan siad daoine sibbre eile, agus má bhí siad athúil níor bhil an targad a bhí aici an dathúlacht.
Bhí Kilkenny ceandas na báilte níos tábhachtaí in éireann san na maníisina, gan dabht an baile intíre is tábhachtaí. Bhí parlamentaí uaireanta I Kilkenny agus cuairteanna agus cruinnithe eile. Bhí ancuid clanna sever agus tráchtála ann.
She had only one son, William, which was fairly rare in the Middle Ages, so one would imagine that either she couldn't have any more or she, one way or other, chose not to have any more. There may well have been an element of obsessive mother love in the relationship between Alice and William.
For William Outlaw, bar céile Alice a bás a ágáil Alice in a bantrach.
She very quickly decided to marry again, and she married Adam LeBlond of Callan, who was also a businessman. And it is there that we begin to get the hint of what Alice becomes.
Fós Alice Cara Uair le fear a bhí ansever agus ceangaltaí maithe acu.
She married again for the 4th time to Sir John Le Poer, a knight, so she was moving socially upwards as well as increasing her wealth.
Dúirt mac agus inéanacha a fear céile, go dúsáid si asar léacht chun a fear céile a bharú, agus chun go tauradís airgid dí agus damach. William Outlaw.
They came to what was to them a normal conclusion, that she had bewitched her husbands and used potions on them.
She must have been very beautiful. If not beautiful, then she must have dabbled in black magic. How could she manage to grip 4 husbands? What man would marry a woman knowing that she may have poisoned the man before him, unless she had put a spell on him?
Hosna gur na ráflí, timpeall bhaile, gur obair an díal é seo.
It was witchcraft, it was maleficium, evil doing that she was accused of.
Curragile Alice go raibh an ceathrú fear Cailleach Sir John Le Poer á bharú dréir Cailleach le níomh agus le magic potions agus aláradí mar sin.
You had thallium, you had arsenic, you had powdered gold. So there were poisons that Alice could get hold of if she wanted to poison her husbands.
Agus tháinig áras an bear féin, le cabhar Cailleach naimsire bhain sé ocracha de Alice agus doscail sé bosca mór nó cófra bhí aici. Agus is stig ann dúirt sé go bhfuair sé an dubhrod rudaí a bhí d'iarthaí chun an asarlaíochta immertéir.
Either she was so stunningly beautiful and so stunningly attractive that they were besotted, or what is, I think, more likely is that she was drugging them probably a bit, and they were then handing over, signing wills that really they shouldn't have signed.
Dúrach go raibh an fear mór doracha teach go dtí tí Alice an teach seo is títhe. The tháinig na ráflaí go dtí an aspaig.
The accusations of witchcraft were brought to Ledred as the Bishop of Ossory, but it was of witchcraft, it was of maleficium.
Well, bhí siúd rud éigean a dhéanamh mar eabhar seo. Cailleach grúthaigh agus mar sin de as a léocht siúil ina bhaile féin. Well, de scríobh sé chuig an chanceléir im leaclí, gas le an bleaclí, agus dúirt sé chattá le déanamh agat mar eabhar seo.
Ledred immediately saw it not as maleficium, evil doing or witchcraft, but as heresy, and he declared that his parish was a hotbed of devil worshippers. This was the climate that was in France.
Capagin asbog Ossory ag an báp agus an pápa óna fithe dó a bhí I gceannas na haglaise ag an nám sin, bhí an dara gráin ag óna fithe dó asarlaíocht de gachsáis. Agus ní hamháin gur ceap sé gur sort íorsmína págántaachta a bhí san asarlaíocht agus a witchcraft agus mar sin de, ach ceap sé gur raibh cóplan díal taobh hir de, agus gur raibh na daoine seo ag gléachar an díal chun teachta gabhar ortha. Mar sin, ní bua creideamh agus pisróg a bhí ann chorbe, ach díreach ericiucht, masla den aglis agus do Christ agus mar sin de.
Bhí an gach duine is dócha ag caint faoi le dread agus scéal Alice Kyteler agus Outlaw agus cauldrons agus broomsticks agus mar sin agus well, tá sé sin beagán granúir. In order a maverick a bhí an, agus bhí ansim ige heresy, agus tháinig sé go Kilkenny, agus bhí sé cínta go raibh heretics under every bed, most féidir leis iad a eáil. Scríb sé alón amam. Bhí spéis aige I cuasaí ceol, agus bhí agla go raibh na cléirí ón agdaglis ag siúil amach I Kilkenny, agus iad ag canú mar a deir sé lewd secular songs. Scríb sé amman agus post sé na human nua le na sean ceol ón cathair.
Ceapan féin gur an rud is tábhachtach faoi ná an éideachas a fuair sé. An bhuaigh isteach I orint na Francescánaigh I Sasna, agus an sin caiise cúpla bhíon I Avignon, I cuairteáil na pápaí an sin. Ceapan go raibh lán feibanna le dreid Sasnach I Éirinn ag teacht ón mórrain go dtí Kilkenny. An rud is éit is dóilm tharlaíonn I 1356 nuair a scríomh an ard aspig York go dtí an rí ag garrán faoi le dreid agus ag rá go raibh sé anéasta inis agus go raibh sé as a bheabhar. Tá cúntas agin don lámh a bhí aige I attack ar na Agustínig I inistíag. Bhí lán cárdio cuachtach ag déim Alice I Kilkenny agus bhí sé andeachar don aspag Sasnach seo.
William Outlaw, Alice's son, went to the chancery in Kilkenny Castle and looked through the deeds there and found an old accusation against Ledred, which had been cancelled. He had it written out again and then produced it and gave it to Arnold Le Poer. So Arnold Le Poer, the seneschal of Kilkenny and William's great friend, decided to arrest Ledred. Now, this basically was a great mistake because you can't go around arresting bishops.
Agus tá hógadar go dtí teachín beag I lár a chuil, agus de chahadar isteach an sin in sa dorcha cumad sin sé dána feig istólim.
To arrest a bishop was one of the gravest offences against the church. And in fact, the Pope had made it such a grave offence that only the Pope himself could give forgiveness to the man who arrested or laid hands on a bishop.
Dicia dyn Paddy Wackery.
Thomas a cur I Harasi ar show.
Hans Wiener. Van die achtervlieg ro. Is daar ergens wat Marielle der Happelrase, Machen, Farm. Is geen lok. Wat? Om pakken ze als stokman.
Doctor Aher agus Moonshore or Water.
Moet je maken als Rossi Kappel.
Paddy Wackery, Dicia dyn ag la hwrtration na TG Cailleach.
Alive inside.
Is that just fairy tale?
It's true. Bank of Ireland's best ever current account now pays you 10.5% interest on your everyday balance. To find out more, visit bankofireland.ie or any Bank of Ireland branch. Bank with us and you believe.
Visit the Self-Build, Extend and Renovate show at Punchestown, County Kildare from the 7th to the 9th of September. See website for opening times, selfbuild.ie.
You know the way I showed you how to love me right. So come with me.
Wrap yourself in luxury with Comfort Creme.
Níor thornóg rudaí mar seo do gná aspa go chaisteach I prisún agus is dóilm gur é sin an fá a rá sé có cóchtach nó có láidir in aidíine cos le na puir agus an ard aspag níos déanaí sa cás.
Liga carsúile tar éis cúpla seachtaine agus tá tháinig sé bhaile chuig an baile seo agus de scríobh sé litir eile chuig an ád aspaig im leach clí agus nuair léig an taspag an litir seo bhí úna ar fad. Sios cadh bhí ar siúla sa tír seo néchar.
When Ledred got out of prison, he was even more determined that he was going to have somebody before him in his court accused of heresy.
Cuireadh seacht cúisih I le Alice ag a tríal ach ceaptar gur bheith an séú ceann a thosaigh an scéal ar fad.
The belief was that a witch could gain power over people on earth by having intercourse with the devil in the form of an incubus.
Séir de bhí in incubus ag an nám thugad sé cúthaí go rialta I bhuirim madra grógach, I bhuirim Africach, agus uaireanta I bhuirim trúr fear gorum, agus go mbeadh cadrah colaí acu lena chéile, agus gur bas an colaíocht sin a d'ascar an bhuain go léir a bhí ag Alice.
It was also the first time that anybody was actually accused formally of having intercourse with the devil in the form of an animal. And this was a first. And of course this became the norm of all the German, English, continental, American, in fact in the end, all these witchcraft trials.
Ní dóilm go bhfuil a lehéad ann. Ach ag an ann géana am cinnte gur cred de Ledred agus na daoine Kilkenny seach gé bliain ó hin go raibh le héad ann agus go raibh Alice Kyteler.
An rud is simú leis an cáis seo le Alice Kyteler gur bheith seo an céad uair ina bhfuil próiseas an Inquisition le feiceáil I Éireann.
Is dócha go bhfuil scéal Kyteler strange an seo mar níl cós eile in Éireann cosúil leis an scéal sin. So nuair a bhíonn daoine ag caint faoi le dread, bhíonn siad go léir ag caint faoi scéal Kyteler. Ach I context a héal go léir is rud beag é. Tá scéal Kyteler dar lamsa cosúil leis an Daily Mirror bit den saoil.
Alice Kyteler, seeing the way the wind was blowing, made her escape.
She must have been forewarned about the bishop. She had to be. She knew when to escape. She escaped and she left those who were with her to await their fate.
In the end, the only one who he could get hold of, if you like, was Petronilla de Midia.
Sí an duine bhí an chuidir mód an mí á Petronilla an Colleen freastal a bhí ag Dame Alice. Agus is dóilm gur bhan fáil chuir sé isteach sa prisún agus Idir an dála go dóigh ní rá an cócht freisin nó an cócht sóisialta aici a bhí ag Dame Alice.
The others all seemed to get sureties and they got released. They had to say that they were guilty, etc., but they basically got released with penances, etc., but not Petronilla Damidia. She was the scapegoat, and she was definitely a scapegoat.
The punishment that awaited the people who supported Alice was really, really horrible. They were to be flogged 6 times through the streets of Kilkenny naked and burnt alive at the stake. They decided that Petronilla should be imprisoned in a place where no one could escape from. And this was more than likely in this room, the medieval room in Kilkenny Castle, the oldest part of the castle. The walls are so thick that there was no way anyone could help them out.
Dadmhaigh sí a lán rudaí nuair a sciúrsáil a bhí béidir gur cred sí in ar a bar. Bhí siad leanach am meoraigh deir a déirthing, agus béidir gur cred sí gur hálan a rudaí sin go léir.
Dóch Petronilla ina bheatha I lár an Cogar I 1324.
After Petronilla Damidia had been burned to the stake, Ledred now turned his attention to William, Alice's son, and he prosecuted him for harbouring heretics. One of the interesting things that he had to do as a penance was to roof the chancel of St. Canice's with lead.
A dennoch an job an díon agus bhí sé go glóite agus bhí an taspa agus bhí an congregation go léir wow nach úntaach an rud seo ach in san bliain 1332 istólium opníon in níos sin cad a hála ná leis an méid luaí a chuireadh ar an díon de hit chuid den ad aglis agus is an sin a bhíon a daoine rá cos bhfuil leis an máthair an mach.
Ag mar ord mar asbog féin ar mé ar an cór písa as ceol ledred a chanú agus can siad oman a scríb sé don cósca Christ ag labhart na Mary Magdalene sa Gardaín. Is tócha an rud is tábhachtach bhí Ledred larger than life.
The Alice ó Kilkenny dús go baile á clia agus an sin go sasanna. Bhí amach go teach agus darlam a lán dá severs fáilte aici I Kilkenny. Ach is dólam go raibh ceangal ag Alice I sasanna. Agus níl aon doubt a gom gur bhar sí an cuid eile do saoil go bra compórtach.
Nílas agan cad a hála Alice taréis an próisis seo ceapan a lán daoine gur chuid sé go sasna go hifran níla biscinse.
The most interesting legend came to my attention fairly recently of Clapdale Castle, where an Alice Kyteler and her stepson, the owner of Clapdale Castle, were witches. Now the similarities are so outstanding that one might be forgiven for believing that Alice had passed through Clapdale. Perhaps she died at Clapdale, and then her servants would have said who she was, and the legend came.
As an lá sin, níor chunig éon duine Alice, agus níor bhís sé géon duine caribh sí imethe, agus go dtí an lá seo, ní lís sé géon duine. Tháinig an díal chun Hogant.
When you walk into this particular room, you know you're in 800 years of history. You know there are stories here to be told. You do get this strange feeling. You get a feeling of sheer mystery. A feeling that, yes, perhaps spells were cast here.
In Erebáire is tóca go neireann eán daoine pe cohan raibh asarlíocht nó airad mar sin ar siúlaigh Alice Kyteler gur bharigh sí trúr fear chéile agus gur sort serial killer de chuid na ceathrúise déag a bhíontaí. An taon duine amháin go bhfuil trú a gomsa dé ná Petronilla is dóilm ná raibh sí ciontach in éireod gur cóir breithin bháis a chur iarthaí mar gheall agus meoríim dom héin na céalta agus beidir na mílta ban a chuirigh chun bháis as witchcraft. Ní sa tír seo ach sasan in Albin agus ar bóráin na Eorpa ar feadh na céalta bliain in dhiaidh sin. Bhí seo ar an cás is túisce ar chuirigh eiriceocht I le ban mar sin agus is dóilm gur raibh danar an bhaise don na daoine a thosaigh an marú sin go léir.
Well, má hainneann scéalta scanrú le líbigí cinnte bheilins ní márach go scan na seachtaine Exorcist the Beginning. Bei sé sinna tosaí hééis sin nuí a chlógus ní márach ach fós le heachta nacht Army Wives hééis sin nuí agus nipteach ag leir hééis te.